Hey everybody, Max Cam here. It's Keith Podcast. It's not too long. Well, I finally got around to watching Avengers Endgame, the number four there, Avengers 4. Uh, I illegally I rented it at the Blockbuster. I gotta return. I gotta rewind it now, and return to the videotape store. Be kind, rewind. You guys remember that? I don't know if you guys listening remember videotapes. If you don't, you're just a little kid. You're a goddamn millennial. All right, fucking get a job. You goddamn loser. Anyway, yeah, just watched that movie, and it's the highest grossing movie of all time. Of course, beat Avatar, and of course none of those highest grossing movie things make any sense because you know inflation. So those things are all pointless. Ticket prices when I was a kid it was $3.75 to go see a movie. Now it's like fucking $18. So I don't know. And even if they calculate inflation, even if they just do it by number of tickets sold, it's like, well, there's 7 billion people now. When Gone with the Wind came out, there was only about 2 billion people. And not many people watched movies. So I don't think any movie will ever have as much global impact as Gone with the Wind had. It was in the movie theater for like fucking 18 months. So I don't know. Times are changing. All those metrics are stupid. But anyway, yeah. I guess my basic review is fucking nothing made any sense at all. And why does that movie have any good reviews, or why did it was okay, I think the only good movie like of all these Marvel movies was Thor 3 was good, Iron Man 1, fucking the Avengers, the first Avengers was good. I'm trying to think. And that's pretty much it. Just like those three movies, those are the only good. All the other ones are complete shit. And this one kind of I guess if you just go in there and don't think about anything that's happening at all, you can enjoy it, which a lot of people do. They're all those kids. It's like I just want to turn off my brain and watch. And I think I've talked about this before. And when people say that, they're fucking morons. And if you have any friends that say that, if you have any friends that say they'd like to turn off their brain and just punch them in the face, just be like, hey, turn off your brain while I punch you in the face right here. Don't worry, it won't hurt because your brain will be turned off. Anyway, yeah, fucking nothing. Who wrote that script? Nothing made any sense at all. Okay, the whole time travel thing. I mean, they kind of talk about it. They kind of talk about all the movies. They're like jokingly, they're like, Back to the Future, da-da-da. This isn't going to work. That's not how, and they didn't have any, all those movies have set rules, right? Like Back to the Future has the rule, like if you affect something in the past, it'll change the future, right? And you can erase yourself, right? That's like the rule within the movie. Other movies have it where like you can, if you go back in time, it creates an alternate universe, right? And those are the rules within the movie, and the movies follow those rules. But this movie had no rules. It had no time travel rules at all. There was no consequence for anything. It didn't make any sense why they did any okay, so like they had the kind of the idea that they get the soul stones and they're gonna put them back, and they don't want to do that because it would create alternate realities or whatever. But it's like you can't. And then at the same time, the soul stone, like fucking Scarlett Johansson sacrificed herself, and she couldn't be brought back for whatever reason. And then Captain America, his job is supposed to go back in time to put the soul stone. How are you gonna put that back? How do you put that back? It's on a different planet. That's the whole thing. All these. He went back in time and then found a spaceship and then went to the other planet and then went up to Red Skull, who is his mortal enemy, and he's like, oh hey, I want to return this soul stone. Can you put it back for me? And Red Skull is like, oh yeah, I forgot about you. You're the guy who fucking put me here. And yeah, I'll put the soul stone back for you, no problem. And how does he do that anyway? That doesn't. And if the soul stone was made with Scarlett Johansson's body, then Thanos never had to kill his own daughter to make it. That So it completely ruined all the other timelines, but they never even addressed that. It's just like oh whatever, oh well, turn off your brain, don't think about it, and yeah, that didn't make any sense at all. And like when they're fighting Thanos like breaks Captain America's shield, which is not possible. That's the whole idea. That's the whole thing behind it. Is it's made out of vibranium. It just it takes up the kinetic energy and vibrates. So like it can't be broken. That's the whole. I mean, that's the whole fucking 50 years of Marvel lore. And apparently whoever wrote this movie never actually never realized. Oh, you can't break the shield. Oh, okay. I mean, if you want him to like you just have him get hit and he'll lose it. It'll fall off of his arm or something. Not break in half. That doesn't make any sense. And I mean, I don't know what why I'm complaining about these made up worlds, but it's just they set up their own made up world and they tell you the rules of their own made up world, and then they don't follow any of the rules in the made up world that they create. It's just fucking stupid, I mean, I don't care if you want to make up a fake world and make up some, just follow your own goddamn rules, all right? That didn't make any sense either, I'm trying to think of some other stuff that didn't. I mean, okay, yeah, like in Captain America, he's fighting Thanos there, and it's like in the first movie, Thanos just boxes the Hulk and just outboxes him and beats the shit out of him, right? So Thanos is stronger than the Hulk. And I know Captain America took that superhuman serum or whatever, but it's never been established that he can even throw a punch at the Hulk. But somehow he's able to hold his own against Thanos, which didn't really make any sense. And how did fucking Thanos even show up in the time with his whole goddamn army and his huge ship, right? It's like, okay, he figures out that his robot daughter is betrayed him, and they find the red time travel shit. But it's already established in the movie that that's only enough for one person. That's only enough for one person to go back. But somehow Thanos figured out how to use that one little vial thing to transfer his whole entire army into the future. That with his own, he had his own time machine too. You can't just have the red goo. You need the time machine. Oh boy. These are things that were never brought up in the rewrite meetings. That whole sequence didn't make any sense. Like when they showed up, I had to rewind the movie. When they showed up, I was like, what the fuck? How did they even get there? And I rewound it and I watched it again and it just pissed me off more. I was like, God damn it. I wasn't not paying attention. They never fucking explained anything. Oh boy, Marvel movies, what are you doing? Why do people go see this shit? Why are these so popular? I mean, I guess it was entertaining, sort of. But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it could make sense and be entertaining at the same time. I mean, is that too much to ask? Is that... Why can't I just enjoy, Why can't they just make movies that have a plot that makes sense? That'd be nice. I kind of enjoy that. Yeah. Anyway, enough about me complaining about Marvel movies. Dude, fucking gamma radiation, bro. Dude, gamma, Yeah, the whole Hulk. He's like, oh God, I don't know. There's more. There's more too. They create like all these time paradoxes. And I don't want to get too into it, but it's just like, oh boy. They kind of just tell you, it's like, don't think there's no rules to time travel in this movie. The only rule to time travel is whatever we want to happen will happen. That's our rule, And it's like when Hulk snapped his fingers, how come he didn't bring back Vision? How come Vision had to stay dead too? I mean, okay, I get it. Scarlett Johansson, she had to make the Soul Stone, and because her death created the Soul Stone's power or whatever. But what about Vision. Fucking Thanos just killed him. How come he didn't come back? How come Quicksilver, the Scarlet Witch's brother, how come he didn't bring him back, you know? How come he just brought back the people that fucking... I mean, that wasn't very nice. He should have brought back my grandma, you know? Or my pug. Little puglet, alright? He didn't bring back my little purdirks. The guy's a jerk, man, Mark Ruffalo. All he cares about is fracking. I don't know if you guys ever heard Mark Ruffalo talk, but basically all he cares about is fracking. You know, he's like, hey, I'm Mark Ruffalo. I play the Hulk. Oh, fracking. Oh. It's like, dude, okay, Mark, we get it, man. You like clean water, all right? Just, you know, you don't have to say fracking every 10 seconds, bro. Jeez, man. Anyway, guess that's it for today. Hope everybody enjoyed Avengers. You know, it was, you know what else didn't make any sense? Spider-Man comes back. He goes back to school and he sees his friend. And I can't remember, did his friend disappear too? And if he didn't, okay, either his friend didn't disappear and his friend has been alive for 5 years, but for some reason is still in school, or they both disappeared. And in which case, why are they reuniting at school? You know, it's like your best friend. You both got killed by Thanos, and you know, you come back to life 5 years later, and you don't even call your friend and say, "Hey, man, are you alive?" You wait till you go to school to see him. I mean, what? And all of Peter Parker's friends, they all died too. Like Mary Jane, she didn't. She died too. She didn't get older. And what about Peter Parker? All of the characters that didn't make any sense. You know, it's like all of the characters that didn't die still didn't age. You know, even when they. Oh boy. It would have made more sense if they just went back in time and stopped him from doing it in the first place and created like just changed the future and Tony's kid never existed or whatever. You know, that would have made more sense. And it would have followed, you know, established time travel. Established time. What's the word I'm looking for? Established time travel. Lower. I don't know. Lower. Is that the right word? Whatever. Oh, this is fucking retarded. God, oh, here I am, a grown man. Here I am. I'm a middle-aged man. I'm complaining about little comic book movies for little kids. Anyway, that was a few minutes. Thanks for listening. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow.